The year 2024 has been a phenomenal year for the Malayalam film industry. We all know that. But unfortunately, the law of averages has caught up with this film. Hi guys, this is Farhad and welcome back to my channel Popcorn Reviews. If you're new to this channel, then please smash that subscribe button now and remember to like and comment on the video. Liking and commenting helps fuel the YouTube algorithm. And today, the Malayalam film that we are going to be talking about has premiered on Hotstar today. I did not watch it in the theatrical run because I missed out on it. Otherwise, I may have. But I was looking forward to it simply because of one reason. It was a superstar taking on the role of a director here. The film that I'm talking about is Barroz, which is now premiering and streaming on Hotstar. It is starring and directed by Mohanlal, and well, if you have watched some of my vodcasts with the gang that I had, I was a little initially skeptical about Mohanlal donning in the mantle of the director, and all my fears did come true. Now, when I was watching Baros, coming to the story and screenplay, when I was watching Baros, the opening sequence that was there, in which you are introduced to the character of Barroz, a ghostly spirit who's, taking care of a supposed treasure for over 400 years. He also has a VFX driven voodoo who reminds him of his fate and legacy till the combat sequence that plays out. This entire scene that is played out, when the combat sequence featuring a few intruders did play out, it kind of made me realize that, oh well, this might be a little flat for a film, because I think the focus was a lot on the 3D, or rather the frames in this case that was there. The 3D will not apply to me because I watched it on OTT, but the frames that were there, they were designed for that wow factor. But one ingredient that was clearly missing in this entire picture was the emotional connect. I wasn't emotionally connected to any of the combat sequences that was there, as it just played out in a very generic manner. When I say generic, it was flat and the underlying emotions were generic. I didn't feel any connect towards any of the characters that was there. And this was unlike a Malayalam film, because the Malayalam films usually take time to build the world, to build the characters, only to get to the scenes eventually. So coming to the, if I have to just say a simple premise of the film, it is a kids fantasy kind of a film, which is aimed at the age demographic of 13 and below, or in today's world it can also be 10 and below that is there, because otherwise I don't see anyone buying this film per se. So therefore it becomes hardly a surprise when the protagonist of the film is a 13-year-old who's is a foreign national, and she visits Goa with her father, who's probably the face of capitalism in the state. Now, for me, it's not very hard to connect the dots, saying that the heir who Baros was waiting for is this little girl that is there. So for me, the emotional core of the drama had to be the relationship between Baros and this little girl called Isabel that was there. Unfortunately, it was so sketchy, this relationship, that I felt nothing. And that is one of the major drawbacks of the film. The film lacks an emotional depth as well as the character depth that is there. As the film unfolds, there's a little silver lining, I must admit, with respect to the screenplay that is there. That silver lining came in the form of a flashback that was there, in which you get to know a little bit of the loyalist that Barroz was, and the manner in which he formed a bond with the little girl that was there. Although the relationship wasn't exactly shown, it was almost shown like a homage against the background of a song that was there. But otherwise, the backstory did, make a little sense to me, and I was mildly engaged in the film, so to say. But all the troubles, begin, with the scattered nature of the writing that was there. The second half absolutely goes for a riot, so to say, because there are too many things that go on. And the lack of the makers, lack of the ability of the makers to latch on to the emotional scenes and hold on to them and form a cohesive thread was something missing. In a scene you see Isabel, who till that point is a rebellious girl. You see her singing, which in a way it feels like you want to break her image and make her look like some other character, in the sense that you want her to feel, you want the viewers to feel a transformation, so to say. That really was a fleeting moment because it doesn't stick to that in the next scene. It just moves on to something else, which kind of left a very sour aftertaste. Even the politics in the drama that is there, it just plays out in the background. But because this is a children's film, it does not wish to provide any resolution or go deeper in it. There are too many convoluted subplots that are going on. One featuring a magician that wishes to cast a spell, that is there. There is also a little resolution or a rekindled relationship that Isabel is coaxed into with her father, who's, by the way, the face of capitalism also in the state. Too many things that are going on. It doesn't focus on any one of them. Even one of the missing links of the screenplay also was the lack of a sole face of the antagonist that was there. There was no real face off, which meant the stakes in the drama always remained low. Also, the final act that was there, that was unintentionally funny. I mean, the way it was executed, it was quite amateurish and did not leave a mark, unfortunately, which actually kind of made me sad, because there were a lot of things that were going on for the screenplay on paper. Even the lack of emotional connect that was there right at the end did not act as a payoff. So that was again a huge letdown. Overall, the screenplay was a bit of a mess. I mean, I wouldn't lie. I really wish the film would have, worked, with its screenplay, but it's kind of, it's just meh for me. Coming to the technical aspects, the dialogues, the music, and the direction, I felt the dialogues were okay, decent, but did not really convey the underlying emotions that were brimming on the surface. I think that was something that was missed out by the lines that were there. The music, though, was good, and at least it played out with the kind of emotions that it ought to have, and it was envisioned to have. So the music was good, so was the BGM. It did give a film a grandeur of sorts with its BGM. So kudos to the musical technical department that was there, or the technical department of music that was there. The cinematography comprises of frames that are excellent, excellent, with wonderful VFX as well, that actually raise the scale of the film, so to say. The editing, though, remains a little loose, I would say. It did not account for the lags in the screenplay that was there, and so it kind of makes for a little loose kind of a watch. Director Mohanlal. Now, I was a little skeptical, as I said, going into the film, seeing how, a superstar actor turned director would function. And though he has the vision, I must say that he has the vision, you can make out that his skills are, rough around the edges. In a scene, you see this, by the way, happens in the final act. You see him beating men who are made of steel. Now, the one technical defect in that scene was that each one was standing behind the other. So while he was smacking a person, another one was waiting for his turn to get smacked, which led to, it was kind of unintentionally funny for me. That definitely should not have been a part of the frame that was there. The framing was wrong in that case. And that was something that needed to be, to be laid out. Another technical deficit was, each character pauses, almost to have that VFX driven reaction to be used as a reaction, so to say. So if I'm pointing here, there would be something that would pop up, which would actually make things happen, which kind of led to an asyncrasy, so to say. Something like a Rajamouli would have really nailed this, the timing that was there. So the direction was loose. Of course, needless to say, the emotional depth was absolutely lacking, which was the core ingredient, and one thing that really missed out from the director's point of view, that was their performances are also pretty flat. I mean, none of them really stand out. None of the foreign actors apart from Kali. I think Kali, who plays the mother of the little girl that was there, she stands out in that little scene that was there. But other than that, none of them really stand out. All of them are pretty vanilla, so to say. The little girl also lacks emotions. There was this scene in which she had to really emote with her expressions, and that was a golden opportunity right at the end. It did not land. I didn't feel a thing for anybody in the film. Even Mohanlal, I think he's at least sincere and earnest in his performance, but this is not one of the best Mohanlal performances by any stretch of imagination, because he was let down by Mohanlal, the filmmaker, who did not have any emotional depth in his skills, so to say. So Mohanlal, the actor, kind of suffered, although it was not a bad performance. It was a good performance, but not a memorable one. Overall, I feel that Barroz, well, it is a fantasy kids film that actually you can see the effort in it. I mean, it's not like some films, big budget films will leave me infuriated because I didn't see the amount that was spent on screen. Here, I could see the amount that was spent on screen, which made me a little sad, because this film could have been so much different had it been for a skilled director, or with little nuance changes in the screenplay that were there, little few here and there. The execution was really messy, so to say. Kind of makes me sad, but it is what it is. I did not like Baros. It's streaming on Hotstar. It's perhaps the weakest Malayalam film of 2024 that I have watched, and it kind of is a little bittersweet feeling given the year that 2024 was for the Malayalam film industry. So that was it, guys. Then if you're liking this video, please remember to like the button. If there's anyone who's taken offense to that, I mean, I'm sorry, but I will be speaking the truth on this channel. I am not here to please anyone, so this is just a personal opinion. Again, remember to like/dislike and comment on what were your thoughts on the film Baros that was there. Share this video with your friends and family. Let's grow this Digi family together. Also, you can read my detailed review of Barroz on my site, Popcorn Reviews with the double S, the link of which is in the description box below. Also follow me on different social media platforms like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Letterboxd. I do not end up making a video on everything that I watch, but I do write a lot. All information is present on my site and on my social media handles. All details in the description box below. I'll see you again soon with another video. Till then, take care of yourselves and thank you so much for your love and support. Cheers.